today I'm making orange soda the right way, full of all the goodness and not the store-bought crap. But before I can make the orange soda, I need to make the orange syrup. I have zest of 4 tangerines here. Be sure not to include the white part. To this, I'm going to add 6 cups of filtered water. I'm going to be making half a gallon of orange soda. I'm adding 6 cups of purified bottled water. I'm just going to mix it, cover it, put it on the stove. We turn on the heat on high heat and we're going to let it come to a boil, a rolling boil for a while, and then we're going to let it steep for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I juiced 4 tangerines to get extra juice. This is about 1 cup that we're going to eventually add once the syrup cools down. The syrup has come to a rolling boil. We're going to turn the heat off and let it steep for about 5 minutes. Once it's steep, we're going to allow it cool all the way down between 66 degrees 85 degrees, because we want to keep the temperature within that range, which is where our gingerbread is active. We do not want to kill our gingerbread. So we're going to take it off and let it steep and start the timer. After the liquid has boiled, we are going to add the 1 cup of juice and stir together. Next, we add half a cup of agave. You want to add that and then taste it. Agave is made up of 2 types of sugar: fructose, which is about 55 to 90%, and glucose, which is 10 to 45%, making it very sweet. And this is half a cup. And mix well. We're going to let it cool below 85 degrees. Important thing about agave is that agave has a glycemic index of 23, so it is a plant sugar and is not refined as cane sugar. Next, we check the temperature. We use the infrared thermometer to check the temperature. Right now, the temperature is 101.6. So we're going to let it cool. First, we're going to put it in here. We sterilize the jar. We are going to sieve the syrup and then pour in here. We are going to let this cool all the way down below 85 degrees before we add our gingerbread. Here is our gingerbread. We took it out of the refrigerator and allow it to get active. It is bubbling really well. So we're gonna leave it right here. We're gonna cover this and allow it to cool down for about 1 hour to 30 minutes. And we'll be back to finish it. Right now the temperature is 98. This has cooled down a lot and we can use this to measure the temperature, and it says low, so we are in the right range. So next, what we're going to do is to add our gingerbread, and look at how active that gingerbread is. Just listening, it is active. So what we want to do with the gingerbread is to stir it really well before we take half a cup to add to our tangerine mixture. In order not to get any sediments in there, I'm going to try to sieve it through a sieve. We have half a cup of gingerbread, which we are going to add to this. We're going to stir it to ensure that it is completely mixed. Then next, what we're going to do is to cover it. You can do 1 or 2 things. Use the lid to hold it and put it away in a cupboard to ferment for about 3 to 5 days, depending on the temperature of your environment. In the summer, it tends to ferment much more quickly. In the winter, it takes a little bit longer, but we will check it every day to see whether it effervesces, and then we'll know when it's ready. So I'm going to put this away. After you have removed some liquid from your gingerbread, just like sourdough, you want to replace it. We have about 1 tablespoon of fresh grated ginger. I have about half a cup of filtered water, so I'm going to add the filtered water. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. We need the sugar to feed it, and 1 tablespoon of ginger. And I tend to add all the liquid. Then we'll stir it, making sure we get every piece of ginger. You want to ensure everything goes into the liquid. And then what we want to do is to cover it, tighten it, and we'll put it in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it again. The ginger that we sieve, you can actually eat them. They are quite delicious and they are tasty. They give you a little bit of heat. You can choose to save it as a fermented fruit and add it to things that you're cooking. I don't mind eating them. They're quite nice. I keep you updated on our tangerine soda. This is a follow-up on the sodas that we're making. This is from the juice, and this is the tangerine soda that we're making, or orange soda that we're making. So let's take a look. This is a 1 day old. This is straightforward tangerine, and this is 1 day old. This is 1 day old. Now let's take a look and see. Oh my God. Look at all that effervescence. Now we can taste it to see if it is ready. I'm going to let it ferment for 1 more day. It's already looking cloudy, and this was made with agave. It's still a little too sweet for me. I want a little bit of the tanginess. I'm gonna leave it for 1 more day, see how it tastes by tomorrow. So we're going to cover it and then put it back to ferment. This has been about 4 days of fermenting. So let's see how it tastes. We are going to do a second ferment on this. Turn it around. Wow, look at that. It's fizzing. It's really fizzing a lot. We're going to grab some ice and we're gonna have a taste. So we have some ice. Now taste test. It smells so good. Oh wow. I can't quite taste the gingerbread. It has that orange soda taste that I even forgot that this is tangerine, but it tastes amazing. Not very much sugar. It's not as sweet, but very refreshing. This is really very refreshing. So now we are going to bottle them for the second ferment. We are going to use the old bottles from kombucha that we washed because we know this can withstand the pressure. We washed it and we sterilized with hot water, and we'll see how many bottles we can get. It smells amazing. You want to make sure you leave headspace in the bottle for the second ferment. It really smells like orange drink. And look at all that fizz. And we haven't even fermented it for the second ferment. You can also use the flip top bottle, and these are made to withstand pressure. Again, ensure that you sterilized it. All that is left is to tighten these. The top is flat compared to these ones that have already fermented, and you will see when the pressure builds up that these will push up. This is a flat top, this is flat. These have a very good seal. We made 3 bottles. Be careful with the flip top bottles because they have the tendency to explode when the gas builds up too much in the bottle. You can make your own soda at home that would be much healthier because it will be fermented, filled with probiotics, lactobacillus, as you're making it with the lactobacillus in the ginger bark. Better than what you buy in the regular stores that is full of sugar. The sugar that we started with these have all been eaten up. These oranges were actually made with agave, which has a glycemic index of 23 and has calorie of 23. So very little sugar is left in this, and it tastes amazing, and it is healthy for you. It's good for your gut health, and better than the soda that you buy in the store. If this video has been of value to you, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that we can notify you when we upload new videos. This is Dr. Okeke. Thank you and God bless.